Ooh, my eye itches. We look good on TV. What do you think?
We got like 7 minutes.
Huh?
Like 7 minutes.
It's 9:59.
That's the picture you're looking at. Oh, yeah.
Is this what I got to deal with all day?
Should I put some cold food in the fridge? Should I was like, where am I? Phone? I was hoping, to text me like, oh, I'm going to be there in like 20 minutes. So I was hoping until you walked in. And I was like, sweet, you can put it away. Yeah, I figured if I didn't get here by 9, I was like, oh, there's going to be a lot of stuff to put away, move around.
I don't have anybody on today. No one likes us.
I knew I was going to be here.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I see people are starting to log on now, which is great. Thank you all. I just noticed the system went black on us for a second, but oh, there it is. Okay, good. Back online. Welcome, everyone. We'll just give it another minute or so. Make sure everybody's logging in and getting a good feel for it. Remember, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the chat line right there, and we'll make sure to get all those questions answered. We've got an exciting agenda today because we're finally open, which is exciting. So we'll be able to kind of talk a little bit about what happened. But today we're lucky enough to have the food and beverage manager here, Doug Anderson. Welcome.
Yeah.
Good morning, Doug.
That's why the system broke, because I was on it.
Thanks for being here this morning. Brittany's husband is in town, so she's taking the week off to spend some time with him. So we understand that. Kind of going through. Let's just talk about the big closure we had, and let's just kind of get that one out of the way. We appreciate everyone's patience. We did have to temporarily close on Friday, and are happy to report that we are open again today. We had a lot. Over the past 2+ months, we've developed these really intense protocols to protect our teams, protect the members, try to take every precaution necessary to maintain a safe environment for everyone. And we were obviously following all of the governor's guidelines, the national guidelines, CDC guidelines, all those types of things, and then some. And so we late last week had learned about a couple of employees that maybe had been in contact with people that were in the process of being symptomatic and we're in the process of being tested. And so we decided to put everything on hold while we do a little more investigating into that contact and symptoms and things like that. So anytime we're going to hear, I first off say that my team is, I super appreciate everything that they've done. These guys are having to report every single day any possible symptom, ailment, contact with people. I mean, we are texting them, calling them every single day, asking them every bit of info to making sure that we can make the best decision. So, and that's part of our daily process. Our daily process is contact every single employee and find out, have you had contact with anybody? Do you have any symptoms? What symptoms do you have? and we've been doing this for a while. So think about, the times where you have your allergies or you have a migraine that day or something like that. Our team's been very open and honest about reporting those and allowing us the opportunity to investigate and do a little more digging to making sure that we create, a safe place to operate. So, so with that, this past weekend, like I said, we had a couple of people that may have been in contact with people, and so we wanted to take some time to investigate a little bit more, and just kind of needed time to do that. And this may be something that we have to do every so often as we're just taking additional precautions. I know the biggest thing is members are concerned and want to know more information, and unfortunately we're not able to talk too much about it due to HIPAA laws, and we want to protect the privacy of our team members and members, because we'll hear about situations from members as well. But we do want to make sure that you are informed and have the information that you can have, and can make the informed decision that you need to. So as we mentioned, if you have any concerns, you're more than welcome to call CDC or the local health departments or even state health departments and ask them on additional clarification for things. Our communication will be pretty similar as it was this past week. We may make some additional tweaks for the future, but it will be pretty vague. And do note that if someone's in extremely close contact for whatever reason, that we're gonna, part of the investigation is to talk to those people and to investigate more and find out, who's been in contact within 6 feet and things like that. So, so anyways, like I said, extreme precautions just to make sure that we can do our due diligence and make sure our team's safe, make sure the members are safe. And so that may mean we have to close to conduct that. And luckily, for this time, everyone checked out, and we're happy to be back to work with no major issues, which is great. So we hope that continues on to be the case. But we do feel that it was a necessary step to ensuring the safety of everyone. So
err on the side of caution.
Definitely. We're definitely going to do that. So appreciate everyone's patience with that. I mean, we had wine dinner that night. We definitely didn't want to close, that's for sure. So it was something where we definitely did not want to do by any means. We had a lot of stuff planned. But once again, just err on the side of caution. So anyways, so I hope that helps answer some questions. I know there's a lot of rumors and gossip and everything going on around there. Just go ahead and tell them to check MTL and check this Coffee Talk. You'll be able to watch it on YouTube and be able to watch it on MTL, and you'll get the latest information there. So, but like I said, we're back open, and just to kind of review what is open, because open is a little bit different. So yeah, so we've got phase one. Doug, do you know what's open in phase one right now? Takeout. Yep, we've got takeout. When is takeout?
3 to 8, Wednesday through Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. We're open for takeout again, which is great to see. What else is open?
Singles pickleball.
Yep. So if you're going to play pickleball, we're going to reservations online on MTL again, Wednesday through Sunday. Singles only at this time. When can we go to doubles?
In phase two.
Phase two, we can move to doubles. So, so that hopefully is coming soon. As for those that watch the news, Pierce County did apply to move to phase two. So we're watching that closely to see if that gets approved. If that does get approved, we'll probably be activating a lot of stuff around here, which is pretty exciting. So phase two really grants us to get the club partially open, which we're excited about. But it'll take a few days to get the staff back, trained, and all that good stuff. So, but what does the restaurant look like in phase two?
50% seating capacity, no bar seating. So yeah, it's pretty much the gist of it.
That's true, and luckily we're going right into the summertime, right? So the patio's open as well. So 50% seating on the patio it'll be nice to have that. Pickleball, as we just mentioned, will go to doubles in phase two. The base camp fitness area will be open in phase 2. Limited use, reservations only, modified hours of operation, and modified the amount of time you get to use it as well. But we'll have that in phase 2. More information to follow once we do get that approval. And then locker rooms, you'll be able to use the locker rooms for restrooms and hand washing facilities only. Won't be able to use the lockers or the showers or anything like that. So, okay. Let's talk about events. Doug, you got a lot of stuff planned coming out of the mantle here in the next few weeks. What do you got going on there?
Well, tonight we have the kind of the car hop drive-in barbecue. So we're going to have members come in at 2 different time slots, 5 and 6, and they're going to park in every other parking spot and kind of have like a drive-in burger night. So I know we've got, I think, 27 cars that are coming.
Yeah, so it's almost sold out. We only have 5 more spots, and we'll take them. If you want to come down tonight,
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
6 o'clock's full.
6 o'clock's full. Come down at 5. You'll need to make a reservation call right now. Brittany Mudd is at the front desk, and she'll take your reservation. But we've got a couple more slots left. We're maintaining social distancing by parking every other stall. We'll have a team that's gloved and masked, and we'll be running the food out to you. I will be barbecuing, so I'm sorry if I maybe overcooked your burger, but I'm going to try not to. But, yeah, it should be really good. It should be a lot of fun. And the weather should hold off. It's supposed to rain like later this evening. Hopefully it doesn't show up earlier. So,
yeah, if you want to sign up, that's $10 per person, plus tax and gratuity, burgers, chips, cookies, just kind of a fun.
Come out and see your neighbors, too.
Yeah.
For $10.
Music.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. We also have a couple Barrel Master wine and beer events upcoming. What do we got going on there?
We do. So, part of the worst part about closing on Friday was having to cancel the wine dinner that we had scheduled that night, and having to call every person that was signed up individually, but everybody was pretty understanding, which was nice. And we're going to just kind of take that wine dinner that was scheduled for the end of last month and plug it into the end of this month. So
that makes sense.
That's going to be Frog's Leap as the winery. So you'll get 2 bottles of wine. You'll pick them up with the dinner about a half an hour before and take them home. So hopefully everybody that was signed up for the one we had to cancel stays on board for kind of the next try of that event. And then we have a wine tasting tomorrow. And there's still spots open for that, a couple spots left for that. We're going to be sending people home with a red and a white wine. The Walls Chardonnay is one of them. I saw it at Costco the other day and bought it just to make sure it was okay.
Of course.
Just work research for sure. So that's tomorrow. It'll be kind of the same idea as the dinner, where people pick up their wine about a half an hour before. We'll all get on Life Size here and kind of teleconference a wine tasting.
That's cool.
It's the first time. So I was kind of hoping, we had the wine dinner under our belt to have a little bit of experience doing this, but should be real easy and real fun. So, and then for the beer tasting, that is the week after Father's Day, week day before Father's Day.
Saturday
dates
before.
are messed up now that I don't
20th.
have to work anymore.
20th.
So we're doing Elysian. I just got the beer in. We've got a hazy from them. We've got their Rolling Stone Lager, which is a brand new beer they put out. I happen to get that at Costco too, just to make sure. And
A lot of taste testing, I see. That's awesome. It's the best part of the job.
And so we've got their Rolling Stone Lager, their hazy, and then we've got a blonde by them too. So that should be fun. We're going to, same format, people will come and pick up their beer and take them home, and we'll teleconference a beer tasting. And so thankfully, with the laws that have been a little bit, eased up a little bit on the restaurants, we will be able to sell, beer to go.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
This is a great beer tasting. Can I come by and get 3 more? Sure. Come on.
Get a half rack. We got it.
Hopefully I ordered enough. If not, I can still order more. It's just we've never been able to do that before. So
this ought to be interesting. About, let's say, 45 minutes into these conferences,
phone starts ringing.
everybody a little red in the face. Everybody's gonna be a little chit chatty. It'll be fun to see us. This will be a good experience. So
Yeah, it'll be fun.
just kind of circling back, we've got someone that asked a question on the chat line asking about what type of menu items are on the mantle. So our mantle limited menu is posted on the website.
Yep. If you go to themantelrestaurant.com, and you go about halfway down the page, there's a little button that says takeout menu. You click on that, and it's a 20-item limited menu. So we kind of picked all the things that are, you know, the most favorite, that sell the most, that are easiest for us to execute in a limited operation. So yeah, and then we'll be changing that menu when we open to phase 2 to, you know, beef it up a little bit more and add a few more things. So, but the current menus are always on themantelrestaurant.com.
And I believe in your daily digest, you'll see it says the mantle opening, and there's a link in that post too. So your daily digest, MTL, themantelrestaurant.com, you can find that information there. So
yeah.
Good question though. Couple other things. Father's Day is coming up. You had just mentioned that for the beer. What are we doing for that?
We're gonna kind of do a similar format to what we did for Mother's Day and Memorial Day. So it's going to be takeout, not quite brunchy food like we did for the other two, more like Father's Day barbecue type food. So
sounds good.
You can either get a half or a full rack of ribs. So and it comes with all the sides. So if you get a half rack, it comes with the beans, the slaw, and tasty treat as well. And then if you do the full rack, it comes with double the sides. So it's $25 a person plus tax and service charge. And then if you want to do the two-person one, it's $40. So you save a little bit by doubling up.
That's awesome. I love ribs.
Ribs
for Father's Day, that is by far the best.
11 to 2, I believe, is the pickup window.
Okay. Are we taking reservations for that?
Yeah, I've got, a handful. It hasn't been quite, since we've been closed a little bit, it hasn't been quite pushed quite yet, but we are doing craft beer week that week as well. So we have some other things that we're doing that week that'll get sent out with the Father's Day. It's kind of like an email for the whole week. So it'll be all promoted together. Father's Day kind of caps that week off.
Okay. And keep in mind that Mother's Day brunch and the Memorial Day brunch were at or sold out. So keep in mind that we're only able to do a certain amount with our capacity. And so if you're, want to jump on that, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, especially for the price. Definitely email Doug and get your order in as quick as possible. So
yeah, Mother's Day and Memorial Day went really well. It's always nice to hear feedback from members whenever you do something, but more often than not, it's going to be 90% great stuff, and you'll have a couple things here and there that are constructive criticism. But for Mother's Day and Memorial Day brunch, I heard nothing but rave reviews. It was so awesome.
So looking at some other stuff we have going on, Dino's cooking class will resume next Wednesday. He's doing strawberry shortcake noon on Wednesday, so tune in to this channel for that as well.
Marshall's turn in.
Hope the Marshall's turn in. Another favorite. Oh, it is delicious. It's definitely good. So, and then also Todd is doing 3 fitness classes every week, all at 11 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. His Thursday one is the total body fitness. His Friday one is the stretch class, which I've done that one a couple of times. That one's really nice to get you stretched out a little bit. And then on Saturday at 11 is the gentle fitness. So log into those. Once again, those are all on the same links that we had that you're viewing on today, but they're also on MTL. They're also in your daily digest. We record them and they're posted on the YouTube channel, SSL On Demand. So we try and get that information out to everyone out there. So looking at kind of some of the other stuff we have going on, just kind of give everyone a bit of a team update. Like I said, we have pretty strict procedures in place right now, and we're excited that we're probably going to be bringing back the most of the team in the next week or two as kind of services start to loosen a little bit. Hopefully we get approved into phase 2, which will justify that. We're also going to do some scheduling changes and things like that will require us to have more team on hand. So you'll start to see more familiar faces. They're all doing really well. They're all itching to come back to work. To be honest, everyone kind of enjoyed a little break right there at the beginning for maybe a week or two, and then I was like, hey, wait a minute, I want to go back to work. When can we come back? So luckily, we've been meeting with the team every week or so, and doing live conference calls with them, and everyone's doing well. And so we're excited to kind of start bringing them back, getting them back into the mix, getting them adapted to the new way of us doing things. And I think that's important for everyone to understand, is that there's going to be a new normal. And I think that's why I wanted to start out with that, is there is a new normal. We have a lot of procedures in place to ensure that our team is going to come to work and they're going to be as safe as they can in the environment that they are in. For the members and for the membership, there's going to be a lot of changes. Reservations required for a lot of the areas that you're going to be using, limited time slots available, limited use, all these things that we're going to have to make some concessions as we evolve through the phases to stay in compliance with the governor's orders, but also to maintain, our ability to provide a safe environment. Just take, base camp, for example. We're going to have to clean the entire room, all the machines, all the free weights, all the entire area after kind of each group use. So if you imagine if you were to do that on a full scale, you're doing that 12, 13 times. If you're doing it every hour, you're doing that 12, 13 times a day. So by staffing correctly, putting together the right procedures, we're going to make the best decision possible to be able to operate that efficiently, but making sure, more importantly, that we're doing what we can to make sure it's a safe environment. So same thing, everyone that has been really flexible with the pickleball team, pickleball club up there. It is tough. It is challenging. Having only an hour-long slot or having a 45-minute slot, and then allowing us to be able to clean and wipe everything down and kind of change out at things if we need to, garbages and such, and then allowing the next group to be on. That's kind of going to be a similar process for almost all aspects of the club. So there's a new normal coming, folks. So please be patient with us as we follow the guidelines that all the big authorities are telling us to do. So and we asked for your input as well. I know Pickleball has provided some great input. I think after speaking with Brittany last week or early this week about it, we're going to make a couple of changes on there, a couple of tweaks to make it a little more friendly. And that was at the advice of some of the pickleball club leads, which we appreciate. So we're definitely open to hear comments and best practices. We'll definitely evaluate that and take that into consideration as we kind of create these. But we do have to follow the guidelines that the governor has put forth and that the CDC recommends, and so we do have to follow those. Keep those forefront for everything that we do, but that doesn't mean there might be a little flexibility to change some stuff over time. But pickleball is a great sport. We got a lot of pickleball players. If you're a new pickleball player, how do you get involved? That's a good question. Yeah. If you go on the website, MTL, there's a section called clubs. On there's a spot that says club lead, and you can identify the club leads, and there's different ones for the different groups, but connect with them. I'm sure they'd give you a lesson for sure and get you out there. But starting with the leads is usually the best way, and then when especially as we get into phase 2, and things open up, you'll be able to meet more people that are out at the courts and get connected to create your own matches. So any other questions from the chat there?
Did we already kind of answer this one? Is that Sue? Are the menu item, all the menu items from the mantle going to be available for takeout? All of the menu items that are on the current takeout menu, yes.
And then just a reminder, the drive-in burger night, which is separate from the Mantle Restaurant takeout, drive-in burger night will be on the other side of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And
Cool area.
burgers, chips, cookies, I believe, with that. So we'll have some music. You'll see me on the grill over there grilling it up. So you'll see if the sun comes up, you'll see Doug get sunburned. So
Already worried about standing out here for 15 minutes. So,
but let's see. Try to think of any other things that we need to really touch on. I think we talked about all the events and all the changes, and like I continue to say, everyone, I appreciate everyone's patience through this closure. I know it was sudden, and so everyone like, what's going on? And like I said, we're just being extreme in our precautions and taking extreme measures to make sure that we're going to try and keep everyone as safe as we can. So, and as of this moment, we're lucky enough we're good to go. So we're happy about that. And I appreciate everyone's patience as we kind of get through that. And
I've been really understanding. And I think this one of the most frustrating parts is that, like you said, it's a new normal, but the normal changes so often that, okay, what's what now? And so every day it's new things to worry about and think about. And so members have been really understanding. So that's great.
I've never been in so many meetings in my life. I mean, we're doing, health authority meetings. We're doing the governor's conference calls. We're doing GM meetings across the country, GM meetings locally. We're doing Blue Star meetings, SHEA meetings, lawyer meetings, all these different types of meetings to try and stay as informed as we possibly can about the situation, about what's going on, and to make the necessary adjustments. And like Doug said, that changes pretty frequently. So, one protocol in place now changes here, in a few days. But I think now the process we have in place with checking in with our staff before they come to work, checking in with them before they walk into the building for a second time. We take our team's temperature before they walk into the building. They have to fill out a check-in form every single day to verify any symptoms or contact with people, and then throughout the shift we're checking in with them. So they're all gloved up when needed. Starting Monday, they're required to wear masks per the governor's orders. So we'll be doing that on a daily basis. And like I said, we're just taking every necessary precaution that we got to keep everyone as safe as possible. So.
Yep.
Will the library be open? That's a new question there. I like that. Library will not be open. Really, member-led clubs, on-site visits, sitting in the grand living room, sitting in the patio areas, congregating anywhere throughout the club, meeting space, things like that. All that's probably looking towards phase 3. So we'll be just kind of sitting tight for a little while on that. It's gonna be a little while, I think, until phase 3. So remember, once we go to phase 2, we have to wait minimally 3 weeks until we can apply for phase 3. It just all takes time, folks, and nothing that we're doing. It's just what the governor's orders have put in place. So we're just following what they're saying and going from there. So any other questions that anyone could think of? We'll give it a minute. Doesn't look like it. Once again, everyone, we appreciate everyone's patience. Appreciate you logging on. We had more people on today, which we like to see. Please tell your friends. Please tell your neighbors. Check us out to 10 a.m. for Coffee Talk. You get the latest information on what's going on at the club. You see Doug's beautiful face, my rough face, bearded face. And we'll have a little fun as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.